Bernie,
Malia,
Abby,
Elliot.
Julie.
Lauren.
Okay, so today we're here to talk about binge drinking. The reason we need to talk about binge drinking is to educate the public so that we can keep our children and our family and friends safe. Binge drinking is a problem in many age groups, and I want to talk about how you can bring awareness to other people, individuals, and inside different communities. According to the No Zone statistics, binge drinking starts around age 13 for some individuals. One of the reasons why we need to know about binge drinking is so that we can educate people. Binge drinking is the most common, costly, and deadly pattern of excessive alcohol use in the United States, said by the CDC. So some of the topics that we're going to touch on is ages most likely to participate in binge drinking, effects on binge drinking on our brains and our body, and consequences to our decisions. Binge drinking has been discussed here and there in the public, but I feel now more than ever that large bodies of communities are participating in binge drinking. So the ages likely to participate in binge drinking, ages 24 to 25, is the highest rank. But the second highest was high school students, grade 9 to 12, that at 17.7%. Where do people binge drink? People binge drink just about anywhere, but it's usually in places where they can collectively gather. It's popular in like dorms, frat houses, fraternities. What's the girl? Sororities. It's popular in sororities too. So people, why do they binge drink? It's a social interaction. A lot of people don't know that they're binge drinking when they're consuming alcohol at an excessive rate in large amounts. Usually that happens because they are distracted in the party with other people. Okay, so effects binge drinking has on our body. Binge drinking is called alcoholism. It affects more people than diabetes, lung cancer, and other more popular diseases that we are familiar with. It can damage your liver long term. Effects alcohol has on your brain. It alters your state of mind. It causes you to black out and then affects your decision making. Overdose, you can, when your decision making is compromised, then you could overdose, end up in the hospital. You could get injured, and one of the biggest issues that we find when people binge drink and have an altered state of mind is that's when they contract STDs. When we are in an abnormal or out of control state, what happens? So when we are now out of we are not coherent. We're not coherent. We make bad choices. We do drugs. We drive, and we befriend people that we shouldn't. If we do make the choice to drive, you can get a DUI. You could possibly get into an accident and hurt or kill somebody else or yourself. Some other consequences is consistent binge drinking over time leads to unrepairable health issues, such as a failing liver. Binge drinking may have been something that we all may have participated in the past, but if there were a way that we could spare our children and their future, the bad decisions and the repercussions we went through because of it, I think it's worth a try. So now that we know generally what age groups fall under binge drinking or who participate in binge drinking, we can educate them in the effects of it and how it affects their bodies and their brain, and what to do, I guess, if they do make the bad choice, then who do they reach out to so that they don't make further bad decisions. Binge drinking is a problem in many age groups, and if we spread awareness, then we can help schools better prepare students on how to avoid situations where they may feel pressured into binge drinking. We can prepare parents on how to educate their children about binge drinking, and we can prepare students on just tools and ways that they can get out of a situation where they think they may need to participate in binge drinking. So, the last statistic I have for you is that in 2016, the No Zone reported that over 30,000 students each year are in emergency rooms for healthcare from alcohol overdose.